Let's get it. I'll start the timer. It's on you.
Okay, so my position is that I don't believe patriarchy is the answer to the problems we're seeing in black families. I think we're making a mistake of assuming that because many black families are female led, that means matriarchy is what caused the dysfunction. And I also think we need to separate strong male leadership from patriarchy. I'm completely in favor of black men being present, responsible, protective, disciplined, and involved in their families. But none of those qualities require women to be subordinate to men. I don't think the answer is women should lead or men should lead. I think the better question is what family structure actually produces healthy, responsible, stable people, especially in the black community. And if we're serious about that, then gender alone shouldn't determine who has authority.
Okay, cool. All right. Let me pull out my opening statement. Mm, okay. You still here, Moses?
Yeah.
Okay, I think something went wrong on my end. Why can't I see you? Oh, there we are. Okay, cool. Damn, why is it doing that? Okay, cool. All right, start the timer. All right. Patriarchy. I'm not talking about abusing women, silencing women, or treating women as inferior. I'm talking about men taking responsibility such that it leads to a healthy, happy home. Black women have already demonstrated that they are currently the leaders of the household. We can see this in that around 70% of houses today are out of marriage, are born out of marriage. So that's 7 out of 10. And then today, only 44% of black children live with two parents, while 44.2% live with their mother only. Those numbers do not prove that um, those numbers prove that the black family formation has drastically changed. As we know, in the 60s, and if you don't know, I'd love to enlighten you, black families were stronger. You often hear like white supremacists talk about blacks were better off during segregation. On some level, that is true because we were forced to be together and rely on each other. My position is that black men must become less optional, not more optional. So patriarchy means that if a man creates a family, he is expected to marry, remain present, provide, protect, discipline, and sacrifice. Um, Black women, as we know, they're trying to carry the family. However, I'm arguing that men are no longer optional, and male leadership is what will save the black family. Cool.
Okay.
10 seconds left. All right, we can go into structured debate. How structured debate works is typically um, like, somebody might say a point and then you try not to interrupt them. Um,
Mhm.
and then like open floor would be like we can be more aggressive and trying to hold each other down, but just the first 10 minutes we try and uh, keep it a little structured. So I'm gonna start the timer for 10 minutes and we can go ahead.
Okay. So am I opening up the point or are you opening the point?
No, you can go ahead. It's really whoever the moderator
Oh
picks. So
shoot.
go ahead.
A point. I feel like I have much more of a question. So what specifically do you mean by patriarchy? Is it male leadership or male authority?
Well, by definition, patriarchy is male leadership.
Okay. Um, but does male leadership always have to be in the form of being authoritative? You know what I'm saying? Like, does it always have to feel like it's a rule or hierarchy? Can male leadership exist without patriarchy?
Absolutely. I mean, well, wait, what? I'm confused. You said, can male leadership exist without patriarchy?
Yes.
Can male leadership exist without patriarchy? Male leadership can exist without patriarchy, but then it wouldn't be patriarchy. It'd be probably like the 50-50 stuff that you see these women um, say nowadays.
I think male. I would say that I think male leadership can exist within matriarchy, and it can exist outside of patriarchy.
You think male leadership can exist within matriarchy? That was the crux?
Yes.
Is matriarchy a good thing? Like, do we is matriarchy has it like let's see the results because like if you don't know what did it say? Well, all right. Do you concede to the point that most black families are led by the women right now?
Yes.
Okay, are we getting good results?
I would say that's a correlation, not a causation.
Okay, so what's the causation? Like why is this happening?
Causation is attack on the black family, removing the male from the house. It's not because it's removing patriarchy from the house. I think if you still have your father in the house, you can still have a matriarchal household. And usually in a black family, it is still a matriarchal household with the father still present because it is a woman centered around or centered within a family. Because a female centered family embodies communal leadership. So it's not like the woman is in rule because matriarchy isn't necessarily a direct opposition of patriarchy. There's not like a hierarchy system within matriarchy. There's nobody that's like a sole leader. There's nobody that's a sole ruler, although the father still plays his part.
So I think what we're disagreeing on right now is like even the definitions of matriarchy versus
Mm.
patriarchy. And I think it'll probably work best if we just pull up formal
Define it.
definitions. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
so let's go matriarchy versus patriarchy, different. Okay. Patriarchy and matriarchy are opposite social systems defining who holds power and authority. Patriarchy centers on male rule, dominance, and lineage, whereas matriarchy focuses on female centered kinship, care economics, and communal balance rather than strict top down control. Which
Hmm.
you kind of did just allude to that it was more communal and more, I like the word egalitarian.
Okay.
Okay, so and then your point is that matriarchy.
Male,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Say it.
I would say male leadership can still exist within a matriarchal system.
Is that all right? Do you think that that is the best thing that will push us forward in black families, like the a matriarchy but with male leadership? That's what you think is best.
I think is the only option we have, actually. I argue that it's the only option we have because we cannot, for one, we cannot create community and then walk into a patriarchy. There is no hierarchy. There is no hierarchy system without a community. That does not work. And if our start point is a matriarchal system, how can we just immediately change it to something patriarchal? You get what I'm saying? Like, if most of our houses are women led or women dominated, how can we immediately switch over to patriarchal and expect it to work for us?
I'll give you a couple solutions.
Okay.
Number one, it starts really at the root of the family. So, all right, let's say you have a family structure. You have the father, the mother. Let's say we start with mother, father, and then from there they have a daughter. That daughter should consider her father's um, opinion on men that she dates. That number one, that changes things because now, assuming she respects her father and will listen to her father, she'll pick less bums that will end up leaving her at the slightest inconvenience, as well as if she sees that happy, healthy home, she'd be more inclined to stay together. Like as we know, divorce rates are relatively high. Um, so it starts with any male, any male. It doesn't even have to be the father. Like you said, things are matriarchal right now. You could ask your uncle to vet your man. You could ask your cousin to vet your man, and this will start to uh, lead to picking better men. Then that from there, then we'll be able to have a better relationships. I think that one key thing could be done today and lead to better
Would you
homes.
not say that speaking to your uncles, grandpas, uncle, or whatever about picking a better man for your daughter, or she going to them for that? Would you not say that's communal balance, care economies?
Mm, no, I mean I wouldn't
You
like
wouldn't say that?
communal. I mean it's just like who's the strongest male in my life, and what his opinion is, we should take that for fact, 100%.
But that's what I'm saying. Male leadership can still exist in a matriarchal system. You can still have that balance and to go to your uncles and your dads and your grandpas and still get that advice.
But the matriarchy is not working. We're clearly seeing that we have high illegitimacy rates, as well as single mother households lead to the convicts, the felons, all those criminals. Most of them come from single mother households.
Yes, but it's not because it's a matriarchal system. It's because we have an opposing justice system that goes strictly at, I won't say strictly, they go for the black family. I would say that. It's not because of the matriarchy, it's because of something else. And we all know there's something else.
The thing is, I can attribute some percentage, but I cannot contribute. I can't even contribute over 30%. Like maybe like 10, 5% is systematic. Um,
5% systematic?
yes.
Come on. 5% systematic? Come on, man.
Did you grow up in a single mother household?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so why didn't you end up being a convict or a criminal?
Why I did not? That's a good question, man. Why I did not end up that way? Because I have friends that has went that way. I grew up with people that definitely went that way and grew up in single mother households. Um, I mean, I couldn't definitely attribute to my mom and how she, raised me and stuff like that. I even grew up mother, sister. I had nothing but aunties and grandmas around. It was not too many uncles. Like I have uncles and stuff, or a lot of my cousins are women. Like I'm the only male around in my family, and I take pride and responsibility of that. So it's hard for me to say like, oh, patriarchy is the way to go, and matriarchy did produce me, and I'm not a convict. I went to college and school and did what I'm supposed to do, quote unquote. So
Can I ask you a question?
yeah,
So, do you think if your father was there, you'd be further in life? Like
be
100% of
further
the
in
way?
life.
I would actually guarantee it. I know for sure if your father was there, you'd be further in life, which is fine. Like we all don't grow up in a perfect household, but I know for sure.
Would I be farther in life? Well, I'm at my dad's house right now, so uh, I, I won't say I'll be farther because there's
Your
relationship dynamics that come into play.
your parents would have more money. Just off that one thing, your parents would have more money.
Yes, they would definitely have more money. I mean, they'll make better choices. Sure, they might have stability, I guess, in financial stability. Doesn't mean they make better choices. Doesn't mean um I don't know if I'd be farther. I don't think I can say that. I think I might have different qualities that I'm probably aspiring to have right now. I can say that.
So let's go back a little bit to the systematic piece. The reason I can't attribute more than 5 to 10% is because like then it's kind of basically saying there's a pipeline. Like it's damn near guaranteed that black men are oriented on or their outcome is gonna lead them to going to jail. That's why I can't attribute. Like you do have some self uh,
Mhm.
conviction and
Yeah.
But what we got? We got 2 minutes left on this. Just a warning.
This
But
is male leadership, matriarchy. Still that's the position for this one.
yeah, I mean, whatever your position hold, my position, I still hold it that patriarchy is the way, and and I'm gonna give you my argument one more time. In the
Yeah.
'60s, during segregation, when black families were at their strongest because we had no choice but to stick together, We uh, we had lower abortion rates. Our abortion rate is through the roof right now. Um,
Uh,
what is it not?
Correlation, not causation. Correlation, not causation.
Okay, cool. Let me list some other facts for you. There were less single mother households. And yeah, we'll just leave it at those two. So
Is that before women had rights to get divorces on their own or have bank accounts and stuff like that?
60s, 70s.
Is
So
that before? That's before, right? It's before. Because I
I
think it's
mean,
the
women
'70s
could
when they
vote
got that.
off the 19th Amendment. So I mean, like, and I'm pretty sure I don't know if they could have a bank account. I'm not a woman.
I don't know when that law was. We can look it up, but I know. I think it was in the '70s when it got established, but I don't know. I feel like we had lower things because of the rules that were set in place. You know what I'm saying? We have much more opportunity now. But even when you like when you grow a community, grow a people that's been put into a place and put a bunch of rules and discipline on, and then you finally give them opportunity. It's not like we're gonna know what to do with it immediately. I feel like we're just in a period of still trying to figure it out for ourselves. So
10
that's why you're gonna see
seconds.
a high number of things right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't. I still think it's a correlation causation. I don't think matriarchy is the problem. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think patriarchy is gonna save us, especially when you look at the world. You see that everything that we've been culturally designed to do, when we look at our society and look at our world, like
Time.
everything's kind of the opposite of that.
Okay. Cool. All right. So we can go into our open flow. You know, more interruptions are okay. Ideally, you still
Okay.
let the other person speak, but
Okay.
all right. Let me put on the timer. Mm-mm-mm. I'll do this one for. I feel like that one kind of went a little bit fast. What do you think for time?
What was that? 10?
Yeah.
We can do 15.
Okay. Cool. 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 All right. Starting now.
So with the open flow, are we have another point or
We can usually the moderator they'll kind of point us in a direction like something he may have thought that we could have done better, but right now we could just we could let me see if I could present another argument. Um, so right now, do you agree that men are too like we're seen as optional now? Like it's kind of like I can have this baby, I don't need no man.
are we seen as optional? I think if you want to grow a stable family, we cannot be optional. Now, social media has its own presence, and women saying this and women saying that.
With female leadership,
Everybody,
the female
you said what?
leadership, the matriarchy, the female leadership. Yep, the culture.
Ah, but I won't call that leadership. That's not anything worthy of being a leader if you don't understand what it takes to raise a stable household. Like I feel like women gonna say what they're gonna say.
Yeah, you're
Um,
speaking facts. You're right.
but that doesn't mean like you can say like I don't need a man, but it's like okay, like raise your kid on your own and see where it happens. Like not saying you can't do it, but I mean if you want the best for your household, I think men can't be optional. I mean unless she may be lesbian. I don't know. I don't know what people want to do with their lives, but I'm just saying if a straight woman we speaking strictly towards them
Yeah.
and she wants a stable household, then yeah, like men cannot be optional.
Okay. Cool. 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 All right. We established men cannot be optional. Do most men want to be the king and leader of their home? Even just leader.
Yes,
Okay. Yes.
most
Okay.
men.
Most men want that, which means they're gonna have to yield to patriarchy because the male's gonna want to be the leader. Where's the disconnect right there? Like where are we not?
Disconnect because I still believe that male leadership can exist in a matriarchal system.
You're
You can
saying
still be a leader as a man in your house and still exist in a matriarchal house. And I feel like most black families do that. Even when a man, a father's in the home, they are still abiding by the mother. Even though they still in control, they still a leader for sure, but they are abiding by the mother, and everybody abides by the mother in the house.
who's doing that? Who's doing that? Like,
Did you grow
so
up in a
the
two-parent household?
yes, I did. I did.
Okay. And who was the most respected?
Most respected me. I mean, my father. I wouldn't like. My mother was the sweet, loving one. My father was like, don't mess with dad because don't piss him off because he's gonna get stop playing. Like,
Okay. So who was responsible for choosing, let's say, the meals in the household, diets, how y'all choose to eat, whatever, scheduling, all of that? Who's responsible for that?
mm, um, I'll concede. Let's just say it was my mother.
Okay.
That
She
doesn't
does the
make her.
cooking?
Yeah, let's like we could
She
say it
does
was
the
her.
cooking.
It was
Who?
both.
Okay. Who? Who's responsible for integrating the family as far as not just your or the immediate household, but even like your cousins, whatever family get-togethers, whatever y'all do. Who kind of leads that pack?
The black family. Like I didn't have like a like I if you know the term blended family, I kind of had a blended family, so I didn't have like the
Okay.
perfect. All of these cousins are cousins to my father. It wasn't
Yeah.
like that. So, um, we could just say if something was hosted at the home, probably my father led it.
Okay, so your father led kind of that type of thing. And what would you say your role your father really played in your life?
The disciplinarian. That's what he was.
Discipline. Okay, just
Absolutely.
just discipline.
Discipline. I mean, I'm trying to think what other. I mean, I guess protect, provide. But my mother also
Protect,
provided.
provide.
You know, they both work.
He paid all the bills, or was like a shared type of thing, or
Shared, shared.
shared. Okay, what's your mother's role?
Nurturing. Uh, I guess look after me because like here's the thing I would say. All right, I get what you're saying. Like male leadership can exist within a matriarchy, but here's the thing: if you have a patriarchy, the man could just like I could tell my friend, "Hey, schedule this for us." I still led and had him do it, but he organized everything. So it's like the top down piece. Just when you're at the top, if you direct the person under you and they do a whole bunch of things, it still comes back to the male leadership, the top.
Mm. Well, you know what? I think we can take a step back then. How would you describe a patriarchal household? Let's start there.
Okay, we have so you have the male, whether he has one, two, three, four wives, how many ever, and he basically sets the foundation of how the house is gonna move. So, like he's like, hey, whether it's like wife, you're gonna cook, you're gonna go to work, whatever he says, that's the way the house is gonna move. The program, and then like he may defer leadership to the woman on in some areas, but that's what it. However the man wants the house to go, that's how it goes.
Okay, so all just going under his word, his guidance,
With input
his
from the woman, you do take
with
input.
input, of course, taking the input for sure, but it all comes down from the father.
Yeah,
Okay, okay, got you. So male rule dominance. That's what the family is.
yeah. Let's just go. Let's
So
go with it.
how would you describe a matriarchal household then?
Um, a female led household. So she's deciding everything.
See, that's
But,
why I have to stop you
yeah, you're about to say they
because
lead differently.
I was gonna say that even though Google be saying like patriarchy and matriarchy are opposites, they're not direct opposites. Like a matriarchal household isn't a woman now; it's all coming down from the woman. It's moving like this. Patriarchy is moving vertically. Matriarchy is moving horizontally. So it's no longer like her saying like my word. Cause I would even argue this. There are a lot of women patriarchal households. Women trying to be like the man, and then wanting you to have that type of family, and that's also a problem. But I will say a matriarchal is more horizontal towards like, we need to do this. Let me consult. with my husband. Let me consult with my wife. Let me consult with my kids and find out the best method for us rather than falling off from one person and coming down.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do understand that. But here's the thing. All right, cool. So you say that, let's say it's communal, it's egalitarian, let's take everybody's opinion into account, then make a decision. It's more democratic, less than autocratic, right?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So, like we established earlier, most males want to lead their home. And we're seeing a culture where they're pushing, like, I don't need a man. And we are seeing
Okay.
the outcomes. We're seeing the outcomes. Therefore, the black woman needs to get under the man's program. Else,
Yeah.
they're not going to be able to conjoin because most men don't want to live under a matriarchy. At least, let's just say, let's take 51%, 50, 51, 49. 51% of males don't want to live in a matriarchy. Is that a reasonable?
Uh, I feel like because they don't know what a matriarchy is, but yeah.
Cool. It don't matter. It don't matter. But they don't want to. They don't want to live under that. So there's a disconnect, and the woman is. I would argue she's naturally a follower, and the male is naturally the leader. If you take the most blacks are Baptist Christian, at least foundational Black Americans. So even in their religion, it's male leadership. So that means like we need to get under this format, and then it'll produce better outcomes.
I think you brought up a good point, though. I think religion does produce a lot of patriarchies.
Not enough, in my opinion.
Not enough.
It's not strong enough. I mean, not in the modern age. Religion isn't strong enough. It's not getting it done.
Yeah. I would say we can agree that male leadership is important. I think we can agree there. I think male leadership is important in any household.
Hmm.
Personally, do I plan on having a patriarchal household when I get married and have children? No,
What will it be?
I am not. It will most likely be a matriarchal and maybe even a blend of patriarchy because I'm not the type of person I like to stick in one zone. But I say matriarchal just because I need my wife to be solid. Like when I even when I'm confused, like she need to make a decision. Like sure, the decision may come to me first because that's my role in the leadership of the house. I made the decision, but I need my woman to be so solid and on point that she can make the decision. So I will most likely choose a woman that can be a leader, and we both lead the households. We can agree that I made the decision first, but that doesn't mean it's a patriarchy system.
Why do you need to make the decision first? Why can't she make the decision first? And she
Because let
say,
me
"Hey,
say, I
Moses,
say
this what we
first.
doing."
I say first because regardless if we make a bad decision, a mistake, guess who's going to have to pick it up? Me.
Why?
I have because that's my role. That's my role in male leadership.
But it's
I'm the one that
communal.
kind of takes the hit, huh?
But that's like patriarchal though. Like, wouldn't it? It's a communal system, so therefore she takes the hit as well. You take 25% of the
She
hit.
takes
She
the
take.
hit, but I
Okay.
provide a protective role. She can take a hit, but I'm probably gonna take the hit a little harder
Why?
because that's my protective role as a man, right?
I mean, I agree. I'm just trying to I'm trying to peel the layers. Like,
I think
so
so. Like, I mean, hey, like I said, it's a blend. I don't think I'm strictly over with like being in matriarchy, but it might be a blend of the two. But I'm definitely opposed to being strictly patriarchy.
why? Do you
That's a
not
good
have
question.
confidence
Why?
in yourself as the leader?
No, I definitely have confidence. It has nothing to do with me per se. It has more so to do with how authority looks in our communities and how we raise our children to reflect or to position themselves in society. Um, I think I want to teach my kids and my family how to lead through community rather than trying to be like respect authority so much. Like authority is to be respected, but I don't want them to feel so disciplined, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to feel a balance of like, hey, like there is authority and it has a place, but it doesn't tell me what to do. It's just to be respected. And I think over time we have been so disciplined by authority rather than just respecting that it's a structure, that sometimes we even become fearful of authority. And that's what I'm kind of being completely opposed to authority as a whole. Because I would argue that patriarchy is more so about male authority than it is about male leadership.
Male authority versus male. But the male is the better leader, so I think they're kind of intertwined.
Are males the better leader? It definitely depends. It
Most of the
definitely
time.
depends.
I'm going to go most of the time.
Most of the time, you know, nowadays it's hard to say. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to say nowadays. It's hard to say.
Well, let's put it like this. If let's assume like a system systematically. So if women are consulting, getting their father figures, cousins, and uh, uncles to vet the man, and so like that precursor establishes that he's obvious. Like we need to know that the man needs to make some money. He needs to be, whether he's educated formally or through a trade. Like he has to be able to provide and be smart on some level. So now what we've assumed that if if they're vetted, then he's probably a good leader. Cause like so from there, all right. Now we ain't gotta stick up for all men because only like 40% of men reproduce anyway. So with this system, the with the male being vetted before even like the sex piece, then we can establish that the male is probably the better leader because he's been vetted, and then he's taken on a family, so he's ready to lead and do what he needs to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is gonna be sound controversial. Can a matriarchy exist without women?
No. I mean, it might be matriarchal. I think it would just be then democratic because like, because they attribute what
Okay.
matriarchy to communal, but communal is just democracy. So
And can a patriarchy exist without men?
it's autocratic. It's an autocratic regime.
So you think it just has to have the gender to be involved, or to say like, okay, patriarchy has to have men and matriarchy has to have women.
Yes, because like if we're seeing the the pre where I forget the prefix. Yes. So what is it? Patriarch, and then matriarch.
Mm.
Both of those words. One means male, the other one means female. And then like if we're taking the actual uh, root of the word archy, and then we put high in front of it, hierarchy. Um,
Yeah.
does that track though?
But I was gonna say this. I was gonna say this because I was in a co-ed fraternity, and a co-ed fraternity, of course, men and women. And this is when stuff gets kind of weird, or like where definitions kind of, I think, it's become confusing. So within a fraternity, you have the president all the way down to the members, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can say it's the hierarchy, right? Okay, 2 minutes left. You can say that's the hierarchy, right?
Oh, you're
President down to
asking
its
me.
members, president, vice president. Yeah, I'm asking.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so this is where things get messy though, because you can have a hierarchy system in a fraternity, co-ed fraternity, and you would say that's a patriarchy, right?
No,
It contains.
it's like when you start
Okay,
to
go ahead.
add presidents and stuff. I think it's like it's a hierarchy, but it's like a blend between like it's not parliamentary because there's no king and queen. I guess it's like I don't know. I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it gets messy because, like I said earlier, like sometimes women can step in this patriarchal role. Like although there's no men involved, it still involves the systems that patriarchy created.
Which is top down leadership,
Um,
right?
Top down leadership, right? And I'm not gonna lie, that was hell. It was complete hell because it was women being the presidents, men vice presidents, women, and it would switch every semester. So like sometimes the male is a president, and sometimes the woman is a president, and it was hell as a whole. Just because I feel like that patriarchal system does not work. It does not work unless you have complete male rule. It really just don't work. And I say that because how can we have that when our families look the way it looks?
There was a piece you just said. Can you repeat the last part of your sentence? Your last state phrase.
I said uh, that the patriarchy created this system and it looked like hell when he tried to blend it together, but patriarchy really only exists if there is male rule. Um, then what did I say at the end? I don't remember what I
So
said.
yeah. All right, you said it can only. So I think what it really needs is a competent leader. Because like, here's the thing, whether it's male or female, but obviously I prefer male. Um, you need a competent leader, and it's like the same thing if you have like a dictator. If the dictator's incompetent, everything that goes below is going to be retarded. So I get what you're saying.
Okay, so now we're going to another direction, which I like that we're going. Do we have enough competent men in the black community?
All right, I'm gonna say time has expired, but I'm more than willing to continue. Because I think,
Okay.
but your question was, do we have enough black men that are competent? Something like that, right? Let me start with this. Every male does not deserve to procreate. That I operate off that fundamentally. Every man doesn't deserve.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I do think, and then we're gonna start to get in more of my ideology as well. I think polygamy will also help because, all right, let's say we have, okay, if you agree, you understand why probably. So
Uh-huh.
with if women, black women get on point with polygamy, which is probably not gonna happen, um, we would have enough competent male leaders. Absolutely, like probably an
So
overflow.
would polygamy be patriarchal?
Yeah, for sure. At least the way I know how it works, I can give it to you.
Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna contest polygamy. We can say it's patriarchal, and I agree with polygamy, but the way that America's set up, polygamy isn't the dominant. It's not the dominant way of life for people. Not the dominant way of having a relationship. So
Yeah,
then that's why I say it's like we can have this conversation. I can agree with you, but if our starting point is a single family household that's led by a woman, how can we switch that over to being patriarchal? Because we kind of have to start from the source. We can't just make the switch. Um,
yeah.
so then I think it'll have to fall down on men being competent. Yeah, men being competent, not having baby mamas, creating intentional households, and also like outside factors. There are men that go to jail that get killed, um, have to take care of their current families instead of worrying about making new families. So
Okay, I mean, on some level that makes sense. And it does root to males. And I would just say, like how I suggested, that women get their men vetted by family members. And then, like, that's one way that thing that we could do today. And then,
mhm.
um, yeah, I would just say if a male isn't competent, like, he's garbage, he's useless. That's my,
Yep. It is a lot of garbage, useless men out here. So is women. It's a lot of garbage, useless women.
yeah.
But yeah. So we have a third point that you want to talk about?
Now we can just go to closing statements.
Closing statements. Okay. You can
And
go first.
cool. I'll put 2 minutes on the clock. Okay, so I want to note that this debate was never that are black women strong enough to lead, um, because we see the outcomes. They're clearly not. It's clearly not the way. History has answered that question. The question is whether black men should be seen as optional, and then coming up with a way to where black men aren't optional, and then whether they should, and how we can encourage more male leadership and like create a structure from where women are picking the correct men that won't walk out and leave on them. And then from that basis, we will see that the men, if women are picking better men through help of the family, that will lead to inevitably a stronger household. Just because we know single mother households, when men are seen as optional, and single mother households are created, these create our convicts, our criminals, um, in our criminal class. So I also want to note patriarchy is not a license for domination. It's a demand placed on men to marry, provide, protect, discipline, and answer for your family. Authority without responsibility is tyranny. So responsibility without authority is an empty expectation. I want black men to be responsible and take over their families. I'm done.
Okay.
Let me know when
All
you're
right.
ready.
So my turn.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm ready.
go.
Um, First off, I would like to try this again another time, especially like an actual moderator. And I think next time we could. Well, I'm talking about after that. So I don't believe we can look at black families, see that many are female led, and automatically conclude that matriarchy is the problem and patriarchy is the solution. Especially when matriarchy is a lot of us. For us, it's our foundation. So if you want to argue that patriarchy will save black families, you have to show that male authority is what we're missing. But I absolutely believe black men need to be present. I believe men should be responsible, disciplined, protective, involved fathers and leaders in their families. Um, a family doesn't become healthy simply because a man is in charge. It becomes healthy when the people in it are responsible, accountable, loving, disciplined, and committed to one another. So until patriarchy can answer that question with something more than men are supposed to lead, I don't think we establish that patriarchy is the solution, especially when matriarchy is still our foundation.
Cool.
But that's it for me.
Cool. That was a cool debate. Um, what were you gonna touch on? What were we touching on in the beginning?
I'm gonna touch on. I think if we're gonna do this again, I think we have to send each other like a document of what we're gonna talk about, along with our like points and positions, so that way we can be prepared, and two have like already ready arguments for us to say. Um, of course, we would need a moderator, but I think to say that we don't need one, we can just create a document and just go by the document.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I would like to do this exact topic again, just better presented. Cause like I didn't know you was gonna record this. Um, I would have definitely like I don't know, I probably would try to get more people involved into the debate.